autism does have, I mean, the mind of an autistic person is very, very positive if you can actually channel it. That's the reason they use autistic people in a
specific
field, yeah. And they put them in such a place that it doesn't matter if they have their emotional problems, because they're in a correct environment that they can do the work. And if they have a little freak out, or they also create the environment to suit an autistic person, so the people around them know these are the things you don't do, this is what you don't say, this is what you don't wear, behave, whatever.
Just avoid using this word because it upsets him. And don't wear red because he'll cry, and don't, you know.
So their world becomes incredibly limited, but then, they
have high abilities.
Their abilities are able to be channeled. So I think we've worked out how to manage in the world, well, in the environment, society, it's not really the world, and at the same time using the benefits of autism with what it's positive.
To use them for you rather than them working against you. And there's many positive, many positive, and people are discovering that in Missy as well. We discovered it from years and years and years ago when she was just a little girl. But now in the adult world, people are acknowledging, and a very beautiful thing that has happened with her is because she's not hiding behind a label or excusing herself because of a label or something like that. She's out there, like she's being now, and she's saying, and so I'm dyslexic, but I'm going to write a book anyway. And so it's helping people break out of their own limitations that they have got themselves into because of labels and what have you. And the other thing is people are now starting to identify in her peers in the young adult world. They're beginning to identify where her abilities lie that are unique to her alone, and they know they don't have them specifically. They're not trained in that particular ability. So we had the web designer come to teach Missy and Jamie, to give them a crash course on how to do web design, and Jamie and this guy are applying their technical brains. Let's try this, let's try that, and their technical brains are working technically and sharp, and you know, all the coding and everything else, and they just can't crack this particular thing. You know, this one's foxed them. And Missy doesn't even try because they're doing coding and technical stuff, and it's numbers, involves numbers. I'm out of here. You know, don't give me anything involving numbers. And so I don't do numbers. You know, and so she's just doing her own graphic work thing over here.
I found the other day. I thought this was so appropriate. It says, "Dear Maths," or "Dear Math." I'm tired. I don't want to solve any of your problems. I've got problems of my own.
I don't need to solve any of your problems. Thank you, Matt. Goodbye. And the other one is, I try to be normal sometimes, but it gets boring, so I go back to be myself. So now they're sitting there trying to crack this problem, and they're just like, okay, we can't get this, solve this one. Missy goes, what's the problem? You know, like glances over the shoulder. What's the problem? No, don't worry about it. We've tried and tried and tried this and this and been around every bush troubleshooting this one. Right? Well, why? What are you trying to do? Tell her what you're trying to do. Oh, why don't you just bum bum bum?
No, first I get told that won't work.
It was like, what? No. No.
Definitely not.
No, it can't possibly. It's too simple. So way too straightforward and simple. I mean, this is a complicated issue we got here, okay?
Don't belittle our problem.
Yeah, this is a big problem we got here.